Rusted Root on my fantasy playlist at number 4. Remember Rusted Root? Send Me On My Way at number 4, up one from number 5. Fantasy playlist of October 1st, 1995. How you doing, Mr. DJ? Back counting down my fantasy playlist. This will be the last video I do for tonight and finish counting down this fantasy playlist next week. Rusted Root from Pittsburgh, PA. They got their start, got a big break. Weekly gig, steady paycheck at a place called Jack's Back Room, playing Jack's Back Room in southern Philadelphia. They put out about 7 albums, but it was the album When I Woke that put them on the map big time. And 3 people were in this band: singer guitarist Michael Glabicki, I'll just pronounce it as Glabicki, and bass player Patrick Norman, and percussionist Liz Berlin. And this record, Send Me On My Way, it's got that world beat in there. It's a folksy song and a world song. It kind of a cross between the Wallflowers and Paul Simon. When Paul Simon came out with Graceland back in 1986, had that world flavor, world music influences on that album. You Can Call Me Al was the big hit off that album. But Glabicki says that the big inspiration for this album was So, the album So by Peter Gabriel. And that makes sense because that album was a very eclectic album by Peter Gabriel. There was Sledgehammer, the big hit off the album, which was 60s soul, 70s disco, 60s soul. And there was In Your Eyes, big time, and the song that he did with Kate Bush, Peter Gabriel, called Don't Give Up. This record, Send Me On My Way, this is really lovely how this song came out. And I can't really describe it to you. I'll just give you a picture of it. Rusted Root had their own recording studio, big warehouse. It was in a warehouse with large windows. One day the sun was streaming in through the windows. It was very bright. There was a very positive vibe in that room. And Glabicki, he felt it. He internalized that positive vibe, that happiness. He felt happy. He just felt good. It's like when you sit down and you get a caffeine high. You're on cloud 9. Anything's possible. You feel like you're on top of the world. Well, he felt that way. He picked up the guitar. He came up with the song, Send Me On My Way. It does that. And he incorporates the world beats. I mean, there's African, Native American influences on this record. Although, on this particular record, Glabicki, this blew me away. Glabicki said that he was inspired by Tony Childs. Now, you might remember, if you remember Rusted Root, you might remember Tony Childs from back in the late 80s and 90s. And she had a couple of songs I remember. She was a songwriter, singer from American Australian. And she had a song, I Gotta Go Now. God, that was an amazing record back in 1991. But I'm getting off topic here. This was an amazing record too. I remember watching the video on MTV and just feeling good. Send Me On My Way by Rusted Root at number 4 on my fantasy playlist, October 1st, 1995.